Guys, ooh, what's up, guys? Your favorite mystic, the TheSirenSims, and welcome back to my Chanel. It's a new episode of Siren Symptoms. Look, I haven't been here in a while because there's always something negative or positive or whatever, mostly negative, happening in the Sims 4 community that people are ranting about. I just didn't have anything to talk about because at this point, I dang near said most things that need to be said. But this was kind of interesting because there's a lot of cognitive dissonance going on. So as you can see by the title, okay, and by what we chatting about in the intro, okay, we're gonna talk about the acquisition just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm gonna set out some facts, then I'm gonna set out some opinions, then I'm just gonna set out how history is repeating itself, and we need to just wake up a little bit. Just wake up a little bit. Okay? So EA just got bought, right? For 55 billion in a deal. Okay, one of the biggest gaming acquisitions ever. Okay, so who are the buyers? Okay, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. Stick a pin in that one. Also Jared Kushner's firm. Yes, he is Trump's son-in-law, and some Silver Lake partners. They are some U.S. private equity firm or something like that. So EA is going private. Okay, essentially, okay, with 20 billion in debt financing. Okay. However, Andrew Wilson will stay the CEO, the HQ will stay in California. Okay. Now, people are freaking out, especially in the Sims community. Okay. And what I have been noticing, right, is that some are quitting Tumblr. Okay, they're swearing they're never gonna play the game again, swearing on packs. Like they're giving up the hobby altogether. And let me be for real about this. Okay, I just have to be honest. I think the outrage is just slightly misplaced. See, misplaced. I'm not saying y'all don't have a right to be angry. I'm not here to curtail your anger, but we need to talk about where this is coming from. All right? Now, what's the context for me saying that the outrage might be misplaced? Okay. Let's just talk about what you guys are upset about. Okay. Now, the 20 billion in debt means that there could be layoffs in the future, right? Mind you, everything will be said and done perhaps by 2027, which is what I saw online. So what we're hearing broad spectrum is that they're accepting this, but everything won't be completely switched over until 2027. So there are going to be some layoffs potentially and more monetization in the game, right? More packs, more microtransactions, just more things in general. This new ownership could bring some cultural restrictions, and some see this as a part of a bigger global image strategy. This particular section meaning that they think Saudi Arabia is trying to update their image with gaming, so that people don't assume them with certain stereotypes. So, what is the Sims community feeling? Okay, they're very loud about what's happening, right? Some will say, as I said before, they're not planning to buy another expansion pack. Me personally, I'm a Jack Sparrow kind of girly, especially when it comes to The Sims 4, and I don't even play it like that. I think I deleted it recently because I just had not been playing it for months. Like high seas all the way. But walking away from the hobby entirely is an interesting choice. It's interesting. Okay? Now, the biggest fear that I've been seeing is that the new owners will undo certain progress that the franchise has made within the recent years. Okay? But here's the thing, right? EA has been disrespecting players for years. Okay? And while people have been reacting to EA controversies, the strength of this one seems a little more potent than before. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. So let's not forget, okay, The Sims 4 itself has been one long controversy from the day it was born. It launched missing core features. No pools, no toddlers, no open world, no color wheel, no family tree, brother. What were you guys doing with no family tree? Sorry. Expansion packs like Die Now, My Wedding Stories, For Rent, Horse Ranch, right? Broken. Broken at launch. Okay. For Rent even has been known to corrupt save files. Like within this year, people have been warning you to like just turn that one off, remove that one. You guys can't have working apartments? Anyways, you had this toddler stuff ball pit that became a meme because it was really just a flat texture. Like, we give The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 a pass because of when they came out. This is The Sims 4 that y'all swear up and down has the best graphics. Y'all still get flat textures in your amazing graphics? Now, you also have My First Pet stuff, which was basically a DLC for a DLC. You needed the stuff pack Cats and Dogs or the game pack Cats and Dogs to use it. Just to say, in The Sims 3, we got pets, okay, which gave you, technically, Horse Ranch, gave you horses, okay, gave you dogs and cats, gave you lizards, gave you birds, even gave you stuff like turtles and tortoises, pygmies, gave you the ability to look at raccoons and like, I'm just saying, okay, we can have a different discussion about how deep everything was later, but hey, you got way more options before in one pack. One pack. Y'all need to stop with the nonsense. I'm just saying, okay? And we're not going to talk about how people complain about the in-game shopping cart button, which can turn the menu into an ad space, because I think every Sims game up to 2 had that. So that's not something that I see many people making giant complaints over. So we're going to hop over that, right? But I will say that this means that some of their more grimier practices was there even in the games that were better, right? So I'm not saying that The Sims 2 and 3 never had any controversy. Okay, I'm just saying that the controversies that were there were way less. And so we were complaining a little bit less. That it just is what it is, okay? And despite all of this, right? Some people complain, but the money was talking, right? EA was getting all of this. Y'all were still buying all the packs, right? And those who on the other side were saying, why are you guys doing this? Why are you giving EA all of this power over you? We were being told to shush, stop being so negative, stop complaining, right? So here's how the cycle would go, right? A little bit of outrage, some memes, some complaints, some slaps on the hand to stop complaining like you're Vandecamp or something. And then the walls just open anyway, like open sesame. Cool. Whatever you want to do, right? So here's my question, right? So why now? Why is this the breaking point, right? EA has been breaking your game, taking your money, and ignoring promises to fix said game, right? Or to give you expansion packs that will actually expand the game for real. Just been ignoring most of those things for decades, right? They recycle some old mechanics from Sims 2 and 3, slap on a new label, and resell them in quarters, right? So, like I said, they took the Sims 3 pets and quartered it up to give you 5 different packs, right? They took some of the mechanics from The Sims 2 and gave you business and hobbies. When technically, some of the mechanics in business and hobbies were already in get to work. Don't get mad at me. I'm just stating the facts, right? Also, this new one, Adventure Awaits, is that the imaginary friend toy I see? Isn't that from The Sims 3 Generations, just done a little differently? More puppet-like, I get. I'm just saying. Nothing new. Nothing of intrigue. And will it be better than the Sims 3 one? Okay, maybe they'll add 3 new features onto the imaginary friends that are not possible in the Sims 3. And then y'all will be like, see, it's so much better because it technically got us. Guys, please, 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 you guys are always tolerating this stuff, right? You defended EA and you told the critics to stop being negative, and you kept filling up EA's pockets, right? But now, because the soon-to-be new owners don't share the same culture or political values as you guys might, right? That's the source of a lot of your fears. Suddenly, it's the end of the world now. People are literally talking about giving up the game. The only time I can see this being similar to another time in terms of the wealth of outrage was with the Cursed Forge stuff. right? Other than that, until now I have not heard you guys sound this serious about, oh, EA, we're done since Curse Forge. And mind you, a lot of y'all still download mods from Curse Forge. I'm just saying, okay? So it was fine to be disrespected by a Western company that shares your values and looks like y'all, right? But it's not fine to have the chance to maybe be disrespected because we're not sure, right? From someone who doesn't look like you and may not share some of your culture. That's the hypocrisy to me. I'm sorry, that's the hypocrisy to me, right? So if you were going to have extreme reactions or of this magnitude, maybe you should have done it a little bit sooner than now, right? When EA was consistently, for the past 10 years, selling you broken packs, stripping features, and nickel and diming you, right? Before you say, The Sims 3 had broken packs and The Sims 2 lagged and crashed. Here's the thing though. When we bought Sims 2 and Sims 3 packs, they gave you so much in everything that we didn't care that the games came broken, because we could see that they actually cared about the game and they were trying. And at the time, they tried to fix everything that they could fix before they left. And like I said before, the people who worked on The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, they're not the same team that worked on The Sims 4, and you can tell. The same level of care, it's not there, and y'all not gonna fight me on that. I'm so sorry. Now, this is not me saying that Sims 4 is not good. I played The Sims 4 a little bit. I love Create a Sim in The Sims 4. It's great, Making pretty people is beyond easy in that game. However, it's not supposed to be a dollhouse simulator. Not really. Like, let's just be for real. It's not really supposed to be a dollhouse simulator, guys. It can be. It's a functionality of the game, but that's not what it's supposed to be. Right? Y'all complained and then you still bought the packs. That's the part that really just kills me. Here's the bottom line though, right? The disrespect didn't start with this acquisition. Okay? It has been here this whole time. And the only difference right now is who is signing the check. Literally, that's it. That is the only difference right now. I just wanted to get into this conversation with you guys because I want you guys to see what was going on and just to think a little deeper. I'm not telling you to continue buying Sims 4 absolutely not. If y'all want to drop it, right, only keep your game where it's at, don't buy anything else, don't update, free country. Do what you want to do. I'm just saying, before you go around being so upset and up in arms, remember that they have always been disrespecting you. This is a weird example, but it just came to me, right? Let's say that you are in an abusive relationship, right? And the guy was always been mollywopping you, right? But you decide to leave when you find out that he slept with somebody else. Like, that was your breaking point. He was always terrible, right? But he changed the crime a little bit. And so now you gonna leave. That's what you guys look like right now in the Sims 4 community complaining about this. They have always disrespected you, right? They've always shown me that they don't care. When they were doing the progressive things, they did them in the most minimalist way possible. They did the bare minimum with all the progress that they put in, and y'all just took it. And now, because Saudi Arabia is involved, you're like, oh my God, no, I can't. Guys. But hey, maybe sometimes it takes something that seems extreme for people to finally do what's necessary. Right? Do I think they're being a little dramatic? Kind of. But that's only because I don't see this as a bigger issue than the issues that have been here for the last 10 years. That's all I'm saying. Please let me know your thoughts down below so we can have a discussion about this. Hey, I try to be nice. Goodbye, my sires. Sue.